The importance of lifelong learning in today's modern world. Imagine discovering something new today that you've only ever seen in science fiction movies. This is how I felt in 1994 when I discovered the computer center in the University of Bielefeld, and with that, the internet on Unix workstations. The internet with its capability to send electronic letters, emails, which we all use daily now, and to chat to people worldwide in real time captivated me. I discovered the Internet Relay Chat. Maybe some of you also were on channels of the IRC. I was completely hooked, fascinated, and excited, telling everyone about it. It felt almost surreal and unbelievable. I had new acquaintances all over the world without the need for postage or phone calls. I guess everyone from that era remembers the horrendous phone cost for international calls. And now this. For me, in my little new world, it was clear. This is it. The new way of working, communicating, and interacting. A tremendous innovation. Just before that, we were all in the little world of Commodore computers. Maybe some of you remember the Commodore tape recorders. That was before floppy disk. Now it was more than just gaming and word processing. Global interaction in seconds. What more could come? I thought nothing more fascinating and new would come soon. Oh well, I guess I don't have to tell you how wrong I was. This was just the beginning. And technological development is racing past us so fast, it's almost dizzying. Let's go further. Imagine you are waking up tomorrow morning and all of your current skills and knowledge are outdated. Useless. In our fast-paced times, where technologies evolve incredibly quickly, changing daily lives and workspaces, this scenario is entirely conceivable. Now I ask you, what would you do? Wait until the situation is over? Watch? Or maybe learn? I tell you, you would learn. And with that, welcome! You're already in the process of acquiring new skills and knowledges to adapt to constant changes and not be left behind by the times. How do I know this? Well, you're using this talk, this video, to expand your knowledge. Videos are one of the most widely used tools for further education, learning something new and expanding knowledge. They are visual tutorials offering a wealth of information and often even step-by-step instructions. So let's summarize. In light of ongoing digitalization in all areas, lifelong learning is no longer an option, but a necessity. But we learn different today than we learned in schools. The teacher's stern look is absent, as is the guidance and prescribed learning materials. Today, we are driven by a balance of intrinsic and extrinsic motivation to learn new skills. On one hand, we want to stay on track and not lose touch. And on the other hand, we have to continue participating in professional and social life. Here's an example from real life. Perhaps some of you remember the experience standing in a fast food restaurant for the first time in front of a huge touchscreen to order your food instead of talking to the people behind the counter. For me, this happened a few years after the introduction of this innovation. There I stood, looking around uncertainly, inactive. Maybe you know that feeling. And behind me, already people in line waiting for me to finally finish. And my thoughts were spinning. How do I order here? Do I really want to order here? Up to no, I don't want to order here. I want to talk to the people behind the counter as I was used to. My son, who was with me, just shook his head at this completely incomprehensible behavior and said to me, "Mom, welcome to the modern world." Today, counter orders are often no longer possible. How good is that I decided to learn how it all works despite my inner resistance. And yes, I have to admit that. Ultimately, there is no use in shutting you off from the many innovations in our daily lives. As we have all certainly learned, they will not disappear again. Once established, they endure. And those who did not learn will be excluded from the service in the end. New challenges and requirements are becoming more numerous and expect us everywhere. In many cases, they simplify processes, even though it doesn't seem so at the first glance. In any case, they affect a lot of areas of our daily lives, making it almost impossible to completely refuse them. Numerous personal, societal, and social changes are affected, as well as your future opportunities in the workplace. Continuously learning modern skills is your best protection against crisis. It makes you indispensable, both as a self-employed person and as an employee. And people will pay for your skills. Here I like to remind you of the COVID crisis and the disappearance of many conventional jobs overnight. In my profession as an e-learning and webinar specialist, which was normally well received before COVID, I became more in demand than ever before, as suddenly everybody had to work remotely. Webinars replaced regular seminars, online meetings replaced regular meetings, and no one really knew how it all worked, and so on and so forth. You surely remember the wild frenzy that suddenly broke out in offices. Let's face it, changes and new demands are rolling in on every field. Software is continuously developed. AI is taking a large space in changes, especially those yet to come. Old jobs disappear, new ones emerge, and we must constantly face and adapt to new situations. What does this mean concretely for you? How can you utilize lifelong learning and avoid stagnation? Look closely at what changes occur already in your professional field, in your industry, and what consequences they already have. What changes bring advantages, or where do you perhaps see problems and can derive consequences from? Be a so-called early adopter. Try out, test, and expand your knowledge. This increases your adaptability to new situations and enables you to find creative problem solutions. There are many free and paid tools available today for your learning journey, such as videos, webinars, e-books, online meetings, and even apps. They are available independently of location and help you quickly deepen and expand your knowledge. But you don't have to learn everything alone, though. Behind every piece of knowledge, there's usually an expert who has already achieved what you want to achieve. A one-on-one consultation can be a real eye-opener and work wonders. But it can also hurt because you discover what else there is to learn. But one thing is certain. It's a real enrichment that brings you forward many times faster than learning everything on your own. Also, join networks where experts on topics you want to learn about are present. To avoid, as the saying goes, not to see the forest for the trees, or even getting lost in the flood of information, it's particularly important to develop a goal-oriented learning routine. This includes a structured approach such as define continuously exchange in a network or online meeting. A target selection of online courses, literature, and/or videos, including scheduled times to use them. It's important to focus on small, realistic learning steps and not lose focus. Continuity and willingness to learn will safely get you to your goal. In conclusion, I have to say, stay curious, try out new things, and learn something new every day. As the American writer Alvin Toffler aptly said, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Thank you.